Hey everybody, I'm back to do a response to Sequoia Flame's personal flame thread. He had 6 questions, and some of them were really funny. And um, yeah, here we go. His first question was, "How intimate do you get with your records?" And basically, what he meant is like, how careful are you about touching your records? Um, what I'll usually do is, I'm really careful with my records. I always dust them off with the little dust brush thing before I play them, and I always grab them by the sides so I don't get any fingerprints on my record, because I'm always afraid that some kind of fat from my hands and my skin will get on there and affect the sound, and that's basically the reason why I listen to records. So um, yeah, I'm pretty careful, not really intimate with my records. The second question was, how do you feel about surface noise? Well, like I said before, before I start listening to records, I always, um, you know, take the dust off with the dust brush, and I'm I'm okay with the pops in the first few seconds. When you put it on and it's on the start of a record. The first few rings. But when the music starts, I want it to be clean. If I buy a second-hand record though, and it was really cheap, I know I can expect some pops and a little crackling noises in the background. But if I buy a new record, it has to be clean, and um, you know, no background noise or no surface noise when I'm listening to it. His third question was, do you have a favorite color for vinyl? Um, well, I always like clear records, you know, clear records or clear blue records. I really like those, and clear red vinyl. I also see a lot of yeah, I don't actually own them, but like color splatters and half and half colors on records. They always look really cool. I don't know how they sound, but they always look really cool. So, but I don't actually particularly shop for colors or something. To buy a record and it's in in a color, it's fine, it's cool, but um, the iconic black vinyl is just great. And some people actually go as far as saying that black vinyl actually sounds the best. So um, there you go. How do you drop the needle? Was his fourth question. How do you drop the needle? Um, Very carefully. um, what I do is I align. Uh, I make sure the lever on my tone arm is up, so it floats above the record. And I align it at the start of the record or at the start of the song, whatever I'll be listening to. And I put the lever down so the needle softly drops on the record. I don't lift it up myself, and drop it myself. So I'm just afraid I might damage my record or my needle on my record player. His fifth question was, do you prefer your final thin or fat? Well, I actually prefer fat. You know, if I have a choice between an original or a reissue on 180 grams vinyl, I'll always pick up the reissue. 180 grams vinyl just somehow tend to sound better to me, and I think it's the perfect thickness. 200 grams or even more. I don't know if that even exists, but 200 grams seems so, way too thick actually. And I really don't like really flimsy records, like from the 80s and 90s. When I see some of those records, I mean, like it's like um, holding a plastic plate or something. You know, you can just wobble it around and um, you know, and the quality, the thicker the vinyl, the deeper it sounds somehow. I think that's really true. You know, that's actually how I experience it. So um, thicker for me. And his sixth question was a hypothetical question. Pick a record that if it was magically transformed into a person, you would have sex with them. And I thought this was a really funny question, and it actually made me think. You know, like how would I see it magically transformed into a person? You know, what would count? And I picked Radiohead's OK Computer for this. And the reason for that is that I think this is actually a perfect record. And if it were if I would translate that to um, a human, um, it would be just enough, just freaky enough, um, uh, great body, probably. Really experimental. A broad taste in things. So yeah, Radiohead's OK Computer, and you know, I said I wouldn't be intimate with my records, but this is the one. So that was my response to his thread, and hope you enjoy. Thank you for watching.